Oh dear. Excuse me. Right. So, the Calabrese, commonly known as broccoli, but it's not really broccoli. They seem to be going to seed, which is a bit annoying because they were just coming on really nicely. I might get a few heads out of them, but I'm not really banking on it, but as you can see here. But in actual fact, let's go up to the table and I might be able to show you a bit better. Sometimes when you tell people that Calabrese is actually the plant's flower, they tend not to believe you. They say, "Ooh, I don't eat flour." But you can do this with any Calabrese, really. Calabrese and broccoli. But when you actually open it up, then you can see the little flower inside there. Look. Now this is perfectly edible, and in actual fact, if you was to chop off the heads of the Calabrese that have got seed and give them a bit of a steam, then you actually end up with a nice green and yellow Calabrese for your veg. So yeah, if yours is bolted, gone to seed, don't leave it for too long, cut them off, get them home, blanch them, you can freeze it, blanch them, and then you've got a nice yellow and green accompaniment for your dinner. So on that note, it's time for me to have a cup of tea. See you in a bit. Well, part two. Yep. Right, there's broad beans. Some of these are doing quite nice now, swelling up. But here's something that I did just to, well, part of the tips that you get off of different people, and you think, oh, would that work? Well, some of them do. Now this particular bean plant, as you can see, very heavily infested with black fly. But when it was younger, I didn't pinch out the top tips, and that's why it's become infested. But over here, where I did, you can see the difference in the height of the plant anyway. Where I did, no black fly. At the back here, where I pinched out the growing tips, no black fly. Here, where I didn't pinch them out until later, we have black fly. So pinching out the tips of your beans and your peas to prevent aphids does work. It is well worth the effort of doing it. A bit tedious at times, but well worth it. So that was 6 tomato plants put in. I have got another 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, another 10 ready to go out. And that's mainly them there, which as you can see they're looking a bit yellow, so they do need to go out. Majority of these will be easier because they're in round pots. And that's another tip that I could give you. Anything that needs planting out, or gonna need planting out, try and put it in round pots, because when you come to put them out in the soil, you might use a little trowel or even a spade, but you'll naturally dig in a round fashion because you want to get it exactly where you want it. So round pots make that a little bit easier, as opposed to these, which they can be a bit awkward to get in, because obviously if you dig a round hole and you put in a square plug in it, you got all them gaps, or irregular gaps. But the round ones, you can virtually do it through exactly the size you want, if that makes sense. You tell me. Please like and comment and subscribe. Oh yeah, we have a few cucumbers coming on there, them two there. Onions, they're coming on again. A few more tomatoes there. Which one's it? I believe these are money makers. Yes. Good old reliable money maker. Right, so I'm gonna put out another 6 tomatoes, I think. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's them. Okay then, well I'll catch you back at the growing apparatus.